Hi, I'm Jessa,
And I'm Alex.
and this is Jessa and Alex Watch.
Interview with the Vampire, Season 2, Episode 1. What can the damned really say to the damned?
Louis, you always have a lot to say, my man.
Why is it raining, Louis?
Hmm.
We didn't watch this for the channel last season. In fact, Jess and I went on a horse girl weekend, and as we are wont to do, prepping for our long day of 4 hours on a horse, we did watch the entire first season of Interview with the
Full
Vampire.
season. If you want to go back to the exact time that we watched the show, it's the when we reviewed Black Panther 2, that was the same weekend. So we watched Black Panther 2 and I sat Alex down and opened my computer and was like, we're watching this show. And it took probably 20 minutes of the first episode, and that was it.
And I was sold. And I was like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I can't leave this spot. We have to watch the whole thing.
And how many times you've watched the full show many times since then, right?
Yeah, three. Three.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. I've watched it at least once more fully, and then I've watched like bits here and there.
So you've watched it 3 times too. We're both batting at 3 times because you watched it by yourself, you watched it
That's
with
right.
me.
And then I watched it with you, and then I watched it separately.
Yeah,
Yep, you're right.
I really, really love this show, obviously. If you could not tell.
About the number of times we have watched it. It's just so delicious. And you can
Yes.
tell from the pilot, like a lot of people are afraid of melodrama and romance, even like romance almost in the classical sense of the word. And the show is not. The melodrama is on like 30. It is over the top. That
It is
score
true
is
Gothic.
so much. Yes. And Gothic is so good.
We love a Gothic romance. It's
Yes.
yeah, it's a little bit like Challengers, in which I feel like somebody opened up my brain and then put it on a screen when I watch it. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, we're hitting on all cylinders here for
Mm-hmm.
me. Like
Yeah.
hit I could hear your hearts dancing.
Oh God, it's so good.
The
Oh, it's
acting,
so
the
good.
writing, it's also just such a great choice to make Louis a black man. Like,
Yeah, that's so interesting.
I know we get a new Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
Interested to see how she does.
Yeah.
And I want to know where my boy Lestat is because I've gone on a journey with him.
Yeah.
Because after we watched it the first time, I was like, I can't forgive him. I don't know
No,
how I
right.
could possibly forgive him. And you
Right.
posed the question to me at that time, like when you're dealing with immortality, is there room for the unforgivable to be forgiven because there's enough like time that that
Yeah.
person really can atone or
Right.
actually understand the gravity of what they've done. I'm not so sure Lestat
I,
is
I don't get the
changing.
vibe. I don't think he's chewing on rats and thinking about how to be a better man, but maybe.
But maybe. And also around my third watch through, I loved him so much again
Yeah.
that I've forgiven him somehow now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I really want him back. And also, like, who am I supposed to root for? Armand? No, he's way less fun and way more creepy. And I
I'm
don't like that
really
he's
excited.
keeping Louis from his book.
Yeah, I right. The right, all of the bookshelves being up and the fact that Louis can't fly. The fact that Louis is essentially the princess in the tower of this story, that he has wandered from bad manipulative man to bad manipulative man. And
No,
it's just
it's
like, Louis, you're so pretty. I don't know what to tell you.
Louis. No, it's truly like it's honestly like it's sad if we want to look at it. I'm like, you, sir, you really like went seeking another abusive relationship.
Right.
Please get some therapy.
And don't talk to little strung out drug addicted interviewers in the 1970s. That does not count as therapy, Louis.
No, I do think you should keep talking to him because I really want to know what
I need more
happened
flash. I'm
that
yeah.
that night in the
Yeah.
70s. Like what happened in that room, Louis?
I love that. I love those flashback scenes in the first season because of Daniel being like, I'm not gay. I'm just in a gay bar. But like if something happens, like whatever, it happens. Like
Daniel.
Daniel. Also, Louis can read your mind. I'm just telling you this now. I don't know if you knew it then. So he actually knows why you're there.
That I protect him from himself.
That's a weird freaking dynamic,
I
man.
don't like it. It's not fun.
Vampire Armand, the love of my life.
Okay, now Louis, you know good and well Armand is not the love of your life. He's
Come
not
on.
even the love of your death.
Right. I can't wait for Lestat to come back because the drama.
It's oh, like
I love
theater
that. It's like a
rules.
little insert in your
Yeah,
program.
exactly.
Right
Where are
here,
they
I do not.
driving through the front? Y'all have looked better, I'm gonna be honest.
For sure.
Let humanity's ideological rift delay her.
A girl's gotta eat.
Justified her determination to find others she could let.
I like the longer hair, Louis.
Can vampires' hair grow?
It's one of those things you can't really ask. Ew.
Yeah.
So did you justify this to yourself, Louis? Like you didn't kill him, so it didn't count?
Sleep of an infant. Tabula rasa.
Once again, that's the voice of the vampire Armand, but continue to disregard it as he remains off the record.
Yeah. You're in the wrong country, girl.
Y'all underestimate this little girl at your own risk.
This Louis, like his depression is so severe that he went from being like a master of industry to like being able to do literally nothing. And I relate. Like he was like, I will let Claudia get us to wherever we need to go. I'm really just like biding time, moving through my immortality.
Yeah. She can just pull me along. It's fine.
My refusal.
Not them warming their hands at a corpse fire.
A girl's got to be warm.
It's affecting the blood. Drinking misery. Hopelessness.
Oh boy, Louis.
Louis? You say something? Thank you for asking. I did say something, Claudia. I said I'm cold.
I don't think you guys have enough vampire powers. Why are you guys like roughing it right now?
Yeah.
Or the fire raining down from the RAF that chased the vampire away. The vampire hadn't been here for centuries. The few scraps of forensic proof.
They like looking for Dracula?
Maybe it's time we go home. He asked me if we can go home. Home?
So Claudia, not the ideal road trip partner is what I'm getting.
Absolutely not. Like Claudia, you cannot have Louis doing this. His constitution wasn't made for it.
He needs some silk pillows to recline against, please.
Please take him to the sea to recover from his woes.
You ever read Moby Dick, Real Rashid?
I'm here to serve.
Is there a panic room behind the stolen Rembrandt?
My love ran a theater company for 150 years, Daniel.
Your love was in a box pondering a premeditated neck wound, according to Claudia.
Oh, Daniel believes in one true love.
San Francisco, unworthy in Dubai. Disregard.
Daniel believes in one true love, and
He
Armand
said,
would
I
really like to
ship
be that one.
Louis and Lestat.
He's like all of us. Hi, baby. Welcome up.
Bonjour, mon amour. No. Oui. No. Go away.
Oh, do you miss me? I miss you. Despite our recent unpleasantness, still missing each other.
Still missing each other.
You're not here, I'm just fucked in the head.
Quite fucked.
Louis is gonna start jumping off cliffs.
We're gonna get a scene of him sitting in a chair as as seasons pass around him. Hey,
Oh no!
disgusting.
Ah!
Don't say it again. You ruin it with remorse.
Honestly, this is fan service. They gave us what we wanted because
Yes.
we can't get him for a few episodes, I'm sure.
Right.
So even him and Dreamless Dot have good
Yes.
chemistry.
I'm merely waiting until you're happy.
You're gonna be waiting a long time, I'm afraid.
Lestat, you have to get the blowout. The curly look isn't working.
Soviets replaced Nazis. War became occupation.
It really is interesting the way that moving it forward, so Louis was not a white slave owner or an enslaved man, put them in Europe during World War II. It's just one of the interesting like ripple effects of the changes they made.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, now, look ahead, look ahead.
Oh shit.
Look like you should. Don't say anything about anything. Documenta.
Y'all really have to stop walking around like Germany during World War II.
Hamagi.
A little theme music for Louis' family.
Emilia. Mary. This is my father, Robert.
We're tired. Could use a place to sleep.
I don't know if I believe Louis is old enough to have Claudia as a daughter. Y'all should have stuck to brother and sister.
Yeah.
Why?
American! Ще тут водка чи цигары?
I don't think there's vodka enough for all of these Russians.
Maybe German soldiers who don't know war is over. Maybe something worse.
Or maybe vampires.
Please.
You invited the monsters into your shelter, unfortunately, ma'am.
But God will forget when you die. God not forget.
God will forget when you die.
Oh my God.
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mary. Go meet the other children. I bet they know everything about this place.
I would hate to be stuck as a preteen.
Awful.
Horrible. Horrible.
Wolves. Maybe German soldiers who don't know war is over. Maybe something worse.
She thought Claudia was a child. Claudia left. And then she said it.
They're really doing it this season too.
Yeah.
Perhaps this would be a time to take a break, Louis.
Oof.
I don't know. He's not doing it for me. He's very beautiful, but I don't like it.
Armand didn't want me to do the interview, Daniel.
Still don't.
But he wanted to be close to it, right, Real Rashid? I mean, hey. Now, I'm probably not going to crack it, which is, who cares? Happens all the time. But I want to ask you, as a member of the inferior species, why say, hey, vampires are real? Here's almost all the story.
Thank you, Rashid.
That's why I'm coming after you, real Rashid.
Oh my gosh, look at those cheeks.
Jorada.
Claudia.
Why, Claudia? She said.
Started shipping out. Volunteered for the Red Cross. A sainted wife. I grew up in a military family.
Don't you think that the clear 1910ness of that picture complicates that story?
Nope. Oh. Claudia?
Okay, well, I don't know about it.
Claudia,
That
guy
seems very beastie. Claude.
Oh, Claude. That's
No,
not for you. Not I drink
Let's not
blood
be friends
too.
with him.
This cannot be a good influence, Claudia.
Honestly,
I guess
Claudia,
he's exactly what she's looking for, though. She's looking for ancients.
I guess, yeah. She wants to know the things that Lestat didn't or couldn't tell them. Did he think it was going to be a Lestat singing?
Maybe the drink made him think that.
Are you? I read it. No judgment, simple question.
I am
Apolitical.
a magical vodka Negro. Having the first all right night in quite a while. Come on now.
Come on now.
It's printed on a helping.
I really want to hear the ladies sing.
I take my own photograph.
Points to Jessa.
If you're AWOL, turn back around and take your punishment. It'll be paradise in comparison to Uncle Joseph's utopia.
That it?
That's it.
You really want to marry him?
He's got the big one down the pants.
Good for you, girl.
It was this big grayish thing, and clothes were rotten off it like it died in them. Do it! Ah! It was garlic.
No.
Really, stop.
With 5 years of garbage on top.
In here. You carry him in here. You slow us down.
We going to ask him if he could talk.
Change the.
Well, he carries his heart with him. He carries it in his heart.
I've known exactly 4 vampires in my life, and you've all been the worst. Lestat, Antoinette, the mother.
Her accent is so odd.
Yeah, she's way more country.
Memories just keep bubbling up.
Memories just keep bubbling up.
Objects surfacing in water. It was just something she wrote. But it wasn't true. She could dream.
If you want to take that break,
No.
Nu se mai poate face nimic. Nu puteți să o împușcați. Trebuie să-i tăiați capul. Capul!
They're going to put you on low if I can't do something. Stop this! Stop that. Their problem. Ajută-mă! No!
That's really sad. actually.
She wouldn't have turned. It didn't feed her. As if you could outrun me.
I didn't like his little run. Why did he do that?
You'll need to be careful. This thing is beast.
You have to do it with your brain. That looks like a zombie girl.
Although actually that's what Lestat looks like right now.
Yeah.
Hell is that?
It's a vampire.
But why is it still like that? He's been chowing down.
You, same.
Not the same.
Really
Not even
old.
close.
Whoa! Ah! Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh!
What was it you said? Fight like a girl?
I like a girl. Are y'all sure you want to visit the old world?
Why are we? What?
A woman vampire.
Oh, oh no.
An angry woman vampire.
This is very interesting. I don't know if it's the best for you. What's going on there? He's turning,
No, he's just
playing with her food.
dying. Yeah. She's making another one.
No, I think he was in the process of turning.
De 5 ani vă caută. Am venit în locul unde se vorbește despre vampirii, ca să mai găsim pe
She seems like she's really comfortable with language.
Mm-hmm.
Singele de aici.
I like that Louis isn't good with language.
Mm-hmm. I think that makes sense. Claudia's supposed to be the
The humans.
oamenii.
There's too much sadness. Too much pain.
She's already traveled before.
Yeah,
and she's young, which means she's closer to like her language time.
Mm-hmm.
Îl bem.
We can't get warm.
Nu ne putem încălzi.
Our bodies hurt.
Ne doare corpul.
Maybe you need better blood.
Poate sângele mai bun.
I referenced only lovers left alive.
She gets over her vampiric miscarriages pretty easily.
Cei ce sunt în întuneric se duc în întuneric.
What's she say?
Ooh.
Love the black fingertips.
Și voi o să-mi spuneți povestea voastră. O să ucidem pentru puțină mângâiere. Și o să așteptăm pe copiii mei să ni se alăture, umblând cu pletele în vânt și te scurți în iad. N-avem nimic.
We've received an aggressive offer for the bacon triptych.
It's bad.
Yeah.
He's reveling in it. You should end it.
No.
Put him back on a plane is what I mean.
No.
Louis, why do you have a type? Also, this like lesbian bed death situation.
I know. And your Lestat nights weren't like this. Also, you guys preferred to share a teeny little coffin. This separation is very human of you.
The boy we met in San Francisco. The one who fumbled over his tape recording device, who barely understood the meaning of the story he was being told.
Tell us more about that night.
He's still in there somewhere. ... We can find him and do it together. Like everything we've done for the past 70 years.
He really threw that 70 in there.
He was like, listen, your first marriage, what, 20 years?
He still hung up on him though. That would be if after 70 years, that would really wear on me.
Oh yeah.
So, fellas, what's up?
You have our attention.
They're
Look
being
at
interviewed.
Armand's beautiful flowy hair.
Okay. The vampire Louis and the vampire Armand.
It's like when the English princes have their like little "we just got engaged" interviews.
Or like a politician that's like done something wrong.
Yeah. The very stand by your manness.
Yes.
I want to say something to you. I don't need to hear anything back. I just need you to hear me.
No, he hasn't healed yet.
We're going now. Can't be running away again.
Do as I say and not as I do. But why were you lying, Louis?
Show me.
Was it raining, Louis?
I think you'll be happier when you're not in a war.
Yes, for sure. Well, that was fascinating. I'm like 85% positive that all of that stuff before Paris was written for the show. It's possible there's like maybe a line or two that Louis mentions that they travel and that they ran into an old world vampire, something like that, but definitely not that in-depth story. And that was so interesting.
Yeah. It felt like an episode of The Last of Us, actually.
Yeah.
In a good way. Like it reminded me of just the way that show did a good job of making me care about like the characters that were only in that episode. Like I genuinely was very hurt by that woman being killed by her community. That was awful. And I really liked those characters. And for some reason, I thought I was going to at least have the rest of this episode with them.
Right.
And yeah, the old world vampire and that woman just like trying to find others. Oh, just really cool stuff.
So parallel to Claudia, because Claudia has been searching for others, and the old world vampire was trying to make others.
Yeah.
Both of them just sort of lost. But I think like the bad blood thing was really interesting because that, is a huge part of Only Lovers Left Alive. Adam and Eve have to get like special clean blood or have like a special source that they know has not like had any kind of drugs or medication or anything ever.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about that movie earlier. So it's funny that they almost referenced it because they said something about finding Adam and Eve. But that's not exactly what was happening here. It wasn't about like modern drugs or anything. It's like Louis was saying, it's the war and the despair that's poisoning everything.
I feel that. Like that makes total sense. It's just to bring it back to real life. It's a little bit like how places where there's been massacres and wars, like those places have a tragic spirit to them. Like you feel it. It's in the bones. Yeah, so that I could feel that like our blood would be full of this like unimaginable grief and despair. Yeah. Louis didn't need any more of that, certainly.
The audacity of Louis telling her to stop moping or whatever, sir.
I can't have that. I mean, truly, it was a very good dad moment because she was feeling really down and he needed to say what he needed to say to save her, even if he should be taking his advice himself. It was good parenting, but it is a little ironic because someone is watching you, Louis. It's us.
Exactly. I think it is funny that they went with Ghost Edward Cullen. But I am enjoying it. It's beautifully done. I wonder if there's any extent to which like real Lestat could be projecting anything, although he no longer had the ability to speak telepathically to Louis once he made him. So maybe not. But we know that he was able to listen over long distance before. So but I love the personification of Louis's guilt and love. And he's basically just waiting for Lestat to reappear.
Yeah.
I mean, we all are. I read Interview with the Vampire, and I think that's the only one I've read of that series. I didn't read the Vampire Lestat. So I know that Louis and Lestat have like a long dramatic history. So I've never read any of the parts where they've, reconnected.
I just want them to be back together so bad. Yeah, I'm sticking by what I said last year. Armand is not for me. He's a bridge too far.
Yeah.
I mean, also the show doesn't want us to ship them. Like when Lestat and Louis fell in love, we watched them fall in love in this magical, beautiful, intense way, and then Lestat started to act up. We're meeting Armand at his worst, and so what am I supposed to do?
I find him very compelling, though. He's so interesting. I wonder what kind of like thrall powers that he has to erase memory, because I think there's kind of the implication that Louis has just forgot things for some reason because he's sad, but also Daniel has forgot everything about, well, he remembered the interview and Louis attacking him, but he didn't remember Armand being there at all.
And I was thinking this at the beginning of the episode. I was like, for a man who thinks he's straight going into a straight bar, you're going to remember that you had a threesome with two men. You're going to remember those two men's faces. I know that hasn't been confirmed, but we know what we know. And so he would recognize Armand.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was such an interesting reveal too, when Louis said, can I read the pages we removed from her diary?
We made an agreement. Like, what was that agreement?
Yeah. So that's fun.
No, it's very fun. I just am very weary of him. That man ain't all right.
No, definitely not. I'm excited now. We should be getting into the Theatre de Vampire in the next episode. So I'm ready for that.
His angry iPadding.
I know. It's so funny, him everywhere with that iPad. That man is 550 years old, and he is as addicted to his devices as all of our boomer parents are.
Correct. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and put the bell icon on so that you know when we upload the next episode of this series. And please write all of your feelings down in the comments because there are no spoilers yet. Unless you know the book, then don't do that, please. But all feelings about this episode, put down in the
Or
comments
season
below.
1.
Or season 1. Put in the comments below. We love talking about this show, clearly. Bye.
Does Armand have a Facebook? Does he share memes on his feed? And does he do like those, like, you know, those things where your parents will share some post that's like, I do not consent for Facebook to share my pictures in any way. If you don't want your pictures to be shared, like and share this message.
Yes, he certainly does.